Hi, y'all. Coming to you today from my bedroom because I wanted to do some work up here today. So I just wanted to give you an update of what's going on right now. It's been a minute since I talked about what's going on with my job. You all know that I turned in my resignation. My last, I don't know if to say my last day. I put in leave. Let me say that. Okay. So I discovered that I had hundreds of hours of leave. And if I just go without using them, then I lose it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. Right. So I'm using the leave that I had. Okay. So while my last day of work will be this Friday, I'm going to go on terminal leave, and then go back for a couple days to turn in all my stuff. Okay. To the job. So I will officially be done like the first week in November. Yeah, it's a lot of leave. I have like a month off. So there's that. Plus this Friday, I'm also going to be talking to somebody about a job that was offered to me as I'm walking out the door again. But it sounds really exciting. But this one sounded exciting too. So I'm going to be on alert and listening very well and asking really good questions about this thing. So we'll see how that works. And of course, y'all know I've been talking about the cyber course forever. That's coming along really well. I'm learning how to use Google Classroom. Okay, for those of you out there who create learning and development and stuff, I'd never used it before. I only knew about it from my son's lessons in school. We never used it, for anything that we did. So I'm going to be doing that. We're done with the entrepreneur course. We've turned that in. She's very, very happy with it, which I'm happy about. Like I'm excited that she's excited, about the product that we created for her. So that's done. So I'm getting things done, guys. Like I really am. And again, I'm really loving what I'm doing. It takes up a lot of my time. The other night I was up till 4 a.m. doing some stuff. But it's stuff that I'm doing, it's not like, those years ago when I'm looking at my resume after 14 years of working in government, feeling like I hadn't done anything, now just within months, I really feel like I'm actually doing something. Like I'm using the things that I know, the things that I went to school for, the things that I've learned on my own. I'm actually using that, in a way that's meaningful for me. And I like that. I like that a lot. And I think a lot of us are missing that. A lot of us are missing the feeling of feeling useful, of feeling meaningful. Like you're actually not just here taking up space. Okay. Like you have some functional role here in some kind of way, and other people see and appreciate and value that. Many of us are missing that, and we shouldn't be. We really shouldn't be. We just have to. I don't want to say find what that is, because you don't have to find it, right? You don't have to find it. You just have to be, I don't know, brave enough to express it or something like that. Because you just have to be brave enough to express it, and not do stuff because you're supposed to, because the rules say so, or your culture says so, or the fact that you're a woman says so, or whatever. You just got to do what you know to do. All right. Okay, here's the idea. Now, some years ago, I worked for a place called, oh Lord, what are they called? Faithful, what the hell was that called? Faithful Impressions or something like that. I forget. Faithful something. But what it was like a mystery shopping thing. Okay. But for churches, for church. So what I would do, Faith Perceptions. That's it. It's called Faith Perceptions. That was the name of the place. So I applied, I had to go online and register and all that stuff. So what they would do, they would send me assignments from around here. Churches would go to them and say, listen, I want to find out, or I want more members. Okay. Or I want to retain members. So what I want your company to do, Faith Perceptions, is to evaluate what I'm doing and let me know, what I can do to get more members, for instance. Okay. So when churches would contact them, if the church was around here in the area that I live in, like the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we have a lot of churches on top of churches around here. Okay. So they would contact me and say, okay, Cheryl, can you go to this church these amount of times for these amount of hours? Yes. I would get a form, and what I would have to do. So it's not just about going into the church and listening and stuff like that. On the way there, like, I would look at the signs, see if I saw any signs around there. If anybody, like, there was this one lady in the neighborhood on my way there, and I stopped and I asked her, do you know where this church is? And she was like, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The church was right, like, on the next corner. Okay. Like, right on the next corner. So it was stuff like that. So I would have to look to see, how would people know that you even exist? And that would go in my evaluation report. Then when I got there, I'd look at the parking lot. Like, where did I'm a new member. Where did I have to park? When I got inside the church, did anybody greet me? Were they kind? Did they give me any materials or something like that? Right. So I would make note of that, sit in the church and see all the stuff that happened. How long did it take for the preacher to start preaching? How was the choir? Again, were people friendly? That type of thing. Same thing when I leave. Okay. What happened? So it's all of those things that I would have to look at and evaluate. And the church doesn't know that I'm there doing that. That's why it's like the mystery shopper thing. Okay. The church didn't know that I was doing that. So when I was done, I wrote up the report, sent it to Faith Perceptions. And it wasn't just me going. They would have several people, go and do their own report, and they would put all that together and give it to the church for whatever they charged them to do that. All right. So I did that a few times. I did it a few times, and it was interesting. Now, y'all know I don't go to church. Y'all know that, right? But I really enjoyed this assignment because I do evaluation, right? That's what I do, and I really enjoyed that. So with that, I want to do something like that for what I do. Okay. Now, I have a video that I did when I first came on. Okay. And I told you about the 4 training events that I went to that I really liked. And I wanted you to know why. I talked about what I did, what I took away from it, and how I've used it since then. Okay. That's what I do. So that's what I want to do, as far as bringing to you a different way to bring you all some of the content that I have. Okay. Because I talk about different things that I do in best practices and stuff. But for me to, attend something or take an online course or whatever and give a review of it based on my own criteria. Okay. So Faith Perceptions, they had their own criteria as to what a church should do, to be able to get and keep members. Okay. So I have the same thing. I'm going to have criteria, based on stuff that I've researched, stuff that I'm actually doing right now. Okay. Based on criteria about what trainers or, people who teach, you don't have to be a trainer. Anybody who teaches, what you should consider, and how what you're doing now, like what that looks like. Just give a review of that and then give some recommendations of how you can fix that stuff. Okay. If you're interested in doing that or whatever. So that's what I'm going to start doing. First of all, I like doing that kind of stuff. I like giving reviews. I just like this. And even books too. There's a lot of books about learning and stuff that we read that I've already read. I mean, so many. Okay. And I'm going to give reviews. And if the people are on YouTube, the authors of the book or the people who create the training or whatever, I'll just tag them in it, so that they can know. And I've done that already. I've done that with Nick Shackleton Jones. Okay. He wrote a book, and he's also on YouTube. So I tagged him and I put it on LinkedIn and all that stuff. All right. So that's how I want to start bringing more of the content across. Yeah, because I really like that idea. Okay. So I'm wondering also, like, who I have 58 subscribers now. I don't really know most of them. I know some of them are from my Facebook account because I put some stuff there. People have followed me from over there, and but I'm not sure who most of them are. But what I anticipated, was because when I first started this channel, I started putting things on LinkedIn because I figured that's where most of my crowd is, of all my social media platforms. They're on LinkedIn. Some of them are on Facebook, but Facebook is more social. LinkedIn is the most worky type platform that I'm aware of anyway. Maybe Twitter, but I need to do more on Twitter and Instagram as well. But I would post it to LinkedIn, and I know that some of them have come from there too. Some of them have come from over there, right? But I've been really looking for ways to make this to bring across my content in a way that people can get it, and that they can really understand. Because I can get very abstract, and I know that. Like, that's what I am. I'm a creator, and I can be very abstract, and I love metaphor. I love it. I mean, I do. That's the way I talk. Like, it really is, right? So I think that with this new way of bringing the content across, because I like doing that. Plus, I think it'll make my a lot of the abstract things I talk about a lot more concrete. But some stuff is just abstract. Like, that's just the way it is, right? Y'all just have to catch it, okay? Because that's the way it is. Okay, you're gonna have to come up from the ground a little bit, to be able to catch some of the stuff that I'm putting out there. But we're gonna do that. We can do that. We'll get that together. Okay. Yeah. So I had to you know what? One of the things I need to learn, like, really quickly, is how to edit, because there's a lot of stuff I want to show while I'm talking, and not write it down and stick it in front of the camera, like I've been doing. Okay. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to show you about what I'm doing. Now, I can do that with OBS Studio. See, but even with that, there's a way that you can see me as I'm doing OBS Studio, but I don't know how to do that. Right. That's a learning opportunity that I need to take advantage of. Okay. I really do need to learn how to do that stuff. And I will. All right. So I just wanted to come on really quick to give you a really quick update. I know it's been a minute since I said something about my job, but it's looking up. I'm going to know a lot more by Tuesday of next week, because Monday I have another meeting that may turn into something. Okay. I mean, stuff is just rolling along. I haven't even been able to stick to my 90-day plan because things are just coming in, and but I'm still doing stuff. I'm still not just sitting back letting stuff happen. Right. I'm actively working to do stuff. Okay. So, which is a good thing, so it's okay if the 90-day plan is modified in a positive way, in a really positive way. So that's wonderful. Now, one more thing. This morning, I was listening to one of the content creators that I follow, and she was talking about having what does she call it? A 10 pound weight, 10 pound weight loss challenge is what she's talking about. And people do that stuff, all the time. And that's good. That's fine. But I've read this book that I'm going to do a review on because it's really interesting. I love it. It's so good. I forget the lady's name, but she's a PhD. And I mean, not that that's saying whatever, but that's just what she is. Okay. And it's called, Oh my God. Wait, is it weight at every size? I think it's like weight at every size. No. Health. That didn't even make sense, right? It's health at every size. That's what it's called, health. So when this lady mentioned the 10-pound weight loss challenge, I was like, okay, but that's not all of health. Okay. And I've written a little bit about this, but I want to try something. I want to try and and you can join me if you want to, but I'm going to try this and I'm going to come on and talk about it every week. I want there to be, it's more of a health challenge. It's not just weight loss, because we need to lose a lot more than weight. Okay. Even those of us who are not overweight, we need to go on a weight loss challenge. Okay. Because you have a lot of other aspects of health. Okay. That we give no attention to, because we all about, fitting into a size 8 or 7 or whatever the hell you're trying to fit into. Right. Some of us need to lose some emotional weight. Okay. You got heavy, just, weighing us down in all kinds of different ways. Right. Hating on people. And I mean, I hear it. I hear it every day. Okay. All the weight that we're carrying, mental weights, psychological stuff. I mean, there's more to health than how much the scale says, because you can get on the scale and it don't matter how what it says, whether it's 300 pounds or 113 pounds. Okay, get off the scale, you still heavy with stuff that's just dragging you and holding you down and holding you back. You know what I mean? So I want to formulate a different kind of challenge and see what kind of exercises do you need to do to get rid of emotional, psychological, mental, weight. What do you need to do? Because drinking a lot of water, going to the gym not just going to the gym, but being physically active, that helps, but that's not all you need to do. Okay. Eating, less sugar may help, but that's not all you need to do. Right. Because a lot of times that emotional stuff is a lot harder to get rid of. And I actually have a process that I use. Because you can't get rid of it if you can't identify it. Like, you got to identify it first to know what the heck you're getting rid of, right? Yeah, we got to do that. So I want to do that. I'm going to start that challenge, and I want to use that process to show how we actually get rid of that stuff. Okay. So that at 30 days, you're not just saying, okay, I lost 10 pounds, but you still hate what you see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, like what use is it? You lost 10 pounds, but you're still, depressed. You still snapping at people. Or I'm still, crying in the corner, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's more to it than that. That's what I want to do. And that's going to be one of the first books that I review. It may sound like it doesn't have anything to do with learning and development, but it has a lot to do with it, which is why I read it, and I use some of the principles in the work that I do. All right. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more in another video. Okay. I think that's all I have today. That is all I have today. I didn't play my music. I said I was going to play my music, and I totally forgot about it. What is this? I'll read that later. All right. I'll talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Maybe sometime tonight. Okay. Bye.